What is up guys, Killerkev here, and today I'm going to be talking about why I farm T5. Now you're probably thinking, why T5? And I'm going to tell you in this video, I always farm on T5. Remember guys, you're probably thinking, again, you know, it's all down to personal preference. I personally farm T5 and I'll explain in this video why I do farm T5. Now, T5 is good for me, a number of reasons. A, because the mobs on T5 comparison to T6 are slightly dampened down ever so slightly. It almost feels like with some characters when I play T5 it's like playing normal, but when I bump it up to T6 with the same character, it definitely does have a giant impact and it does feel like I'm playing T6, which is pretty much going to face roll me the entire amount of time. More deaths equals more loss of legendaries and XP per hour. Now, probably thinking, what would I know about getting XP and numerous different legendaries like that? Well, I'll give you a quick background as well. Most of you guys know I do actually giveaways every week on this channel. It's like 60 legendaries every week unidentified. That is purely from T5. I don't farm anything else. T5 is sort of like my baby. Love T5. Great difficulty, great legendary drop rate as well. Mob density as well is pretty much exactly the same to comparison of T6 as well. XP wise, you could gnaw off the chunk and say that T6 is a lot better for sort of paragon leveling and everything else, but there has been quite a few sort of issues in the game lately and on this patch as well. In recently this patch as well, or talking about sort of comparisons to seasons on the PC version, there is a sort of, not sort of an exploit, but there's something to do with the sort of comparison. As you can see, loads of legendaries. As you can see, the comparison of the aspect of having a monk with XP gear. Now, I've actually not milked this, but kind of grinded it throughout how it's gone, and my paragon is pretty much, as you can see right now, 777 paragon, which is insane here. I wanted to show you this clip of my barb. I really do enjoy my barb. This has been in a couple of episodes as well. If you want to check out my actual barb and what it looks like, obviously annotations at the end. But yeah, the main reason why I farm T5, it's just a lot more easier, sufficient on sort of XP, and I don't lose hardly any deaths. I have like no deaths in T5, it's just T6 is just that slight little bit extra, but you get that little bit extra as well on sort of XP. But legendaries, I wouldn't say anything, as all it is RNG and it's all random drops. None of it is sort of scripted. Never is in sort of Diablo games. I'm not sure if that's correct, but from personal preference, again, it hasn't seemed like that. And I've played a lot of Diablo. I've played an awful lot on console, but I've played even more so on PC. Probably racking up about 600 hours on the PC. I probably got this sort of week 1 when the game came out originally, and then played it ever since then. So there's a lot of experience from where I'm coming from, but there's an aspect of it's slightly different on PC comparison to console. It's a little bit weird, I don't know how it works, but everything just seems so different. When I was playing on the PC, I was so used to that, and then coming over to console, it's slightly different, and then probably adjusting to it for probably about, I'd say about a week or two, it was slightly weird. It was slightly an odd change, but once you got into that groove, it was slightly better. Sort of molding classes in different ways, and obviously that changes throughout the patches. But obviously, as we're going through sort of each sort of patch and doing everything else, it's quite easy to pick it back up from console. But yeah, T5, I'm just rambling off now. T5 is probably where it's at. I wouldn't change T5 for probably anything unless I had a stupidly overpowered build, which had something insane like, I don't know, like some people are rocking at the moment like 70 mil toughness, which is ridiculous. I don't even have that. I'm not too sure what this character has on its own, but you know, if I had something like that, T6 would definitely be viable and incredibly safe. But as I say, there's no significant difference between T5 and T6 between sort of XP and legendaries. You know, like you could argue the toss that different zones have different mob densities, and then, you know, could variation your XP regardless. But you know, that's why I purely farm T5. It works for me. It's pretty damn well. As you see, it's pretty quick, pretty face roll. I enjoy it as well. I don't know why, but lately Diablo for me is sort of hasn't got a lot to offer, so I'm kind of steamrolling as quick as much as I can, and it's just getting very repetitive. So I did ask on sort of the one of the Facebook forums I am a link to when there's the new patch coming out, but you know, we can always just hope and wait. So, and obviously for new builds and everything else, but I'll keep you informed of that one, guys, as always. But yeah, that's why I farmed T5. A lot easier for me. A lot of legendaries comparison to anything else. As I say, back to the aspect of playing a hell of a lot of this game, and obviously knowing all the different torments and everything else. But T5 is definitely a winner chicken dinner for me. But yeah, I probably wouldn't change it unless I got an OP super character. So if you guys did enjoy this video and have any other questions about T5 or just generally Diablo for me, make sure to bung them down in the comment section. But as always, guys, Killerkev and Killerkev out.